Chapter 17. Nicholas, aka Mr. I don't really know why I call him Mr., but I do remember that it has something to do with a certain Mr. New whilst a youngster. Mr. has stuck with him, and in exchange he calls me Step. With Paul as an unbeatable monster truck, me as a winning Ferrari, and Christy as a fashionable Beetle convertible, Nicholas had to follow a good lead, and in some ways I feel sorry for him. I would still put him as a stretched limo where he would have a chauffeur driving him around, while he would lounge around and spend all his time chatting to his friends. Mr. was still very young when we left Saudi Arabia and moved to England, which I feel is a shame as I cherish my memories of Saudi Arabia. Maybe one day we can all return to Jeddah safely and welcome the sights and sounds from our childhoods. When we were young, Mr. was my best friend, my companion, always by my side. We did everything together and we really enjoyed each other's company. Mr. read many books, learning in his own way about history, about life, about make-believe. Every time I looked over at him, he was finishing yet another different book. Academically, Nicholas was probably the cleverest of the four of us, but possibly before he had the chance to home in on something he would do for the rest of his life, the focus turned to me because I was sick. For Nicholas, it must have been a huge shock. This seemed to change his perspective on life, and he wanted, or rather needed, to try anything and everything to see what he wanted to do in life. I had always been a great source of knowledge, determination, strength, and hope. So when I got sick, it affected Mr. the most. The strength he used to find in me started wilting and eventually it ebbed away. Nicholas is gradually coming to terms with my MS and is learning to deal with it in his own way. Mr. is very gifted with his words, and I believe he will one day be a wonderful author, philosophizing about life through his beautiful thoughts and stunning words. Mr. can communicate to anyone, and this ability will be fantastic for him. He is also incredibly caring, and even when I saw the pain through his eyes, I knew that once the onset of my illness had settled down in our minds, he would be a good friend again. He just needed to come to terms with the unfairness part of life, the why did Stephanie have to get sick part, the will it happen to me bit of this equation. Nicholas is lovely and caring and always looks to make someone smile. When completely broke, he will spend his last few pennies buying his friends drinks. I hope Nicholas will be around me forever, so that we can regain that pure trust and love, and we can be friends and play again as we did when we were young. He was, and still is, the cute baby brother that we don't ever want to grow up. We will cherish our friendship forever.